Hey folks, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's kick it off with looking at the price because right now Bitcoin continues to consolidate, currently trading at $117,832. So as we've been discussing, since Bitcoin hit $123,000 last Monday, Bitcoin is cooling down after hitting the overbought zone, and there's rotation of liquidity to the altcoins. These are patterns that we've seen historically in the bull markets. The liquidity starts hitting large caps, mid caps, and then small caps. And just yesterday, we were talking about how different altcoins were starting to wake up, like Litecoin, a legacy coin, starting to move. And Ethereum and XRP have been leading the show, and ETH, man, still looking very strong, currently trading at $3,790. And there's huge narratives out there about ETH. For example, Tom Lee, he's obviously backing a company that is putting Ethereum on its balance sheet, and he's saying Ethereum could hit $15,000 this cycle. Now, we don't know if that's actually going to happen, but I do believe ETH can get to near 10,000, and I'm certainly looking to take profits at that point. Obviously, we'll have to monitor it closely and see how things play out. And we're going to talk a bit more about ETH because SEC Chairman Paul Atkins had some big things to say, but we'll talk about that a bit later. XRP today went up to $3.62, so it looks like it's ready to start the next leg up if you look at the chart here, but we got to wait for confirmation because the market can fake us out, right? We've seen market fake outs, and of course we're talking about the micro here of the daily, but when we zoom out, we are heading to higher prices. All risk assets, Bitcoin, the stock market, and much more have been following global liquidity. And from an Elliott wave and Fibonacci standpoint, we haven't hit the key levels that we need to that would indicate the rally is done, the bull market's done, right? The blow off top. So XRP, once again, has been a leader in this altcoin rally. So let's see what it does because this could give us an indication of what's coming next. Now, I do believe the move that's coming for XRP, Ethereum, and these other altcoins is to another local top. I believe we will then have a correction going into late August, into early September. And then I believe the rally continues late September into October. That is in line with where global liquidity is currently topping out on the charts and when Congress is about to pass the market structure bill. So you got a huge narrative there and you got global liquidity. So I hope you're following me because these things are certainly coming into alignment here. And I'm looking to take profits at key level. I told you guys my next level that I'm taking profits at for XRP is about $5. For Bitcoin, it's about 132K, around that range. And then for ETH, I'm going to wait for ETH to cross 5,000 before I take profits. And then there's other coins I'm tracking, of course, but we're seeing a good amount of them are starting to wake up. For example, Solana is waking up. Look at its chart. It's currently over $200 and it's back above the 200-day moving average. So looking very much like Litecoin was yesterday, right? Where Litecoin was moving. So you see the liquidity is sloshing around the market here and altcoins are waking up. This is a very great sign because it's going to make its way to those altcoins lower on the market cap, number 100, 200, and so forth. And if we look at the total three, which encapsulates all the altcoins with the exception of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and stablecoins, it continues to climb. It's currently over $832 billion. So this is something you want to watch closely if you're primarily a altcoin holder, which I know many of you are. So guys, we're seeing some very good things here. Even if we look at the H-bar chart, just as an example, it's showing strength and I expect it to continue moving up. So things are playing out beautifully here. The thesis I've been sharing with you guys is playing out to a T. Obviously, we don't have a crystal ball, but we use the data, not our emotions or our feelings or the headlines. We are using the data to validate our thesis. And as I've been saying, global liquidity is the leader here. Whales are still accumulating based on on-chain data. Elliott wave and Fibonacci models are still validating there's room for this market to keep going up. We are seeing the stock market, such as the S&P 500, NASDAQ, continue to make highs. So we are in a macro bull market for all assets, gold, real estate, cryptocurrencies, the stock market, and much more. Now, they do have their own turn, each have their own turn. Like you'll see gold maybe lead, then it will cool off. Then all of a sudden the stock market will go nuts, right? And you're even seeing things like the collectible market heating up because liquidity is just cycling through different markets. So this is the macro view. Mainstream media will not share this with you. They will not tell you these level of details. So this is why we want to be educated about all these metrics and signals and know what is coming. Now, we continue to see Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy buy Bitcoin. So they're anticipating higher prices. That's why they're buying, obviously. So Strategy has acquired another 6,220 Bitcoin for approximately $739.8 million at a price of about $118,940 per Bitcoin. Pretty incredible stuff. I am a bit concerned with the amount of debt Saylor's raising here and to buy Bitcoin. It's one thing if you do it on a small scale. It's one thing if you take your cash on your balance sheet and buy Bitcoin. It's another if you're raising absurd amounts of debt to buy crypto. And I do believe, in full transparency, a bubble is forming here, not just because of what Michael Saylor is doing, but there's many companies now coming out. And just yesterday, we talked about a pharmaceutical company adding Litecoin to its balance sheet. So it's not that I want these companies to fail or that I'm expecting all of them to fail. By no means. But what we've seen is that not every company's ran the same. Not every CEO makes the right decision, right? There's going to be flaws in the strategy of many of these companies, and some of them could collapse if they don't do it right, because there will be a bear market. And we've seen historically in the stock market, in real estate markets, they all go through bull and bear phases, and the same thing applies to crypto. And obviously, we've seen multiple bull and bear phases for the crypto market. So just keep this in mind, because we're going to enter a period of time where this market's going to rally so much. It's going to get so euphoric. There's going to be so much greed. It will almost seem like it will never end or top, but it will. I've learned that lesson the hard way, but I'm sharing my knowledge and experience with you. And if you go study the great investors, Warren Buffett, Paul Tudor Jones, whoever else, right? They will tell you markets move in cycles. And that's why there's the ability to short markets, because there's a time to short, right? But this is the time to go long, because we're still in the midst of the bull market, but there will be a top. So just make sure you understand these market principles and the cyclical pattern. Now, folks, this is very bullish news. Trump Media has accumulated $2 billion in Bitcoin and Bitcoin-related securities. Trump Media plans to continue acquiring Bitcoin and to convert its options into Bitcoin. So let's read between the lines here. Donald Trump knows what the hell's going on. His kids know what the hell is going on, right? Just yesterday, I told you all about him sharing a video on Truth Social about Bitcoin, explaining Bitcoin. And it doesn't matter if you love or hate Donald Trump. That's not the point here, right? The point is crypto's become ubiquitous and it's everywhere. And even the president and his kids are involved and they're investing. Now, if you know Trump, he's about making money, and whether right or wrong, right? That's not the point here. He's putting his money, his bet on crypto. Clearly, his kids are running multiple crypto businesses. Why are they doing that? Again, read between the lines. They know higher prices are coming and they're going to make money off of this. So Trump knows he's obviously in charge or working with Congress on crypto legislation. So he knows what's coming. So I hope you see what's coming as well. Obviously, do your research. Don't blindly invest just because you see Trump investing. You always have to educate yourself. Do your own research, understand what the hell is happening here. And again, keep in mind the market cycles. Markets move in cycles, bull and bear. Now, today, we got some very interesting statements from SEC Chairman Paul Atkins. He went on CNBC and he said that the US government has given Bitcoin and crypto a stamp of approval. Obviously, his opinion carries a lot of weight as the chairman of the SEC, and the crypto market structure bill, which will be passed in September or early October, will influence a lot of what the SEC is in charge of and the CFTC. Let me play the clip here for you.
So I thought this is a really great watershed and thanks to the president for his leadership and the Congress for getting this out and getting that bill to the president's desk for signature. I think this bill the Genius Act is focused on payment stablecoins, and so that's not really within the SEC's ambit of regulation, but it's really for the banking regulators as is appropriate. But the one great thing about this is that for the first time now, the United States government has put its stamp of approval on a very key and important, potentially very important digital asset that will, I think, help to lower costs, lower risks in the market, because we can now move towards an instantaneous almost settlement of payment versus delivery for securities thanks to on-chain stablecoins. And that will help, I think, innovation and to really get our markets, to be the best in the world.
So very bullish statements here from Paul Atkins, and he absolutely gets it. Over the years, when Gary Gensler was chairman, he criticized Gary Gensler and his handling of crypto. And he also talked about Ethereum, saying it's not a security. So let me play the clip here for you.
Yeah, well, so similar to Bitcoin, I mean, the SEC has stated informally more than formally that Ether is not a security, and so, but it's obviously the ETH blockchain is very key component for a lot of other digital currencies. So, it's up to companies to decide where they want to put their money and what sort of strategy they have. Obviously, it's not for me to tell them, but I think it's encouraging that these sorts of digital assets are being embraced by the marketplace, and I think that provides a good future for development and further innovation.
Read between the lines here. I think staking in Ethereum ETFs is coming, and I think we're going to see an explosion of inflows into those Ethereum ETFs, and this will contribute to Ethereum's price increase. And most recently, we've seen the Ethereum spot ETFs, the inflows have been increasing. So there's been a lot of buying on the BlackRock front and much more. So folks, the narratives are there. We're seeing the activity, the charts, the on-chain data, the macro is all in alignment. It's beautiful here. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Propy. Propy is leading the charge with putting real estate on-chain. Folks, we know all assets are going to be tokenized on the blockchain, and Propy has been ahead of the curve. Back in 2018, I discovered them and I invested in the Pro token even before they became a sponsor. So I've been a Pro token holder for many years. I still hold a token. I'm bullish on it. And they allow you to buy and sell real estate with crypto. Their platform is powered by blockchain, and they've tokenized many different properties, putting deeds on chain, creating NFTs for properties. So they're a licensed Web3 pioneer. They've been doing this since 2017, and they have facilitated over $4 billion in transactions. And for the buying and selling of properties, they use Coinbase for the crypto escrow. So this is an amazing project. I'm very bullish on it. Once again, I'm a token holder, and I think we all see the direction the puck is heading in with everything being on the blockchain, and real estate, the largest asset class in the world, will be on the blockchain, and Propy is leading that charge. So if you'd like to learn more about Propy, go to propy.com. Link will be in the description. Now, folks, we continue to see companies gearing up to go public. And of course, you don't go public in a bear market, you go public in a bull market, right? Most recently, Circle went public, did their IPO, of course. And here we got news at BitGo, the massive custodian. They have filed to go public as the crypto market surges past $4 trillion. So this is huge. I've interviewed the founder, Mike Belshie, many times. Mike Belshie is a very smart guy, a Web 1.0 and 2.0 legend. He worked at Google, building Chrome and much more. And obviously BitGo is one of the top tier crypto custodians in the market. And incredible that they're doing this, right? We're just seeing crypto taking over Wall Street and TradFi, and it's amazing to see these companies go public and the crypto market rallying. So a sign of the times and how things are growing. And when the bear market comes, I do plan to buy some of these respective stocks, Circle, BitGo, and so forth. I'll let you guys know when I do. I did that with Coinbase, not at the IPO, because usually the evaluations skyrocket at the time of them going public. I wait for the bear market, I buy, and then of course I sell the rallies. So that's what I'm going to be looking to do. Come the bear market, grab some Circle stock and so forth, because this asset class and technology is going to continue to grow. And these key pillars, Circle, BitGo, and much more, I believe they're going to be around for a long time. So really great news here. This is interesting for Solana. Jito launches BAM, BAM, to reshape Solana's block space economy. The block assembly marketplace, BAM, is a new system aimed at improving how blocks are built and how transactions are sequenced on the Solana blockchain. So great to see that more development is happening on the Solana blockchain, as it's one of the major blockchains out there, getting adoption, mostly on the meme coin retail NFT side. They over the years they've had downtime challenges, so hopefully all of these things help to mitigate that, because you can't go full mainstream if you're going to have downtimes, right? But this is great to see. So according to a press release shared with CoinDesk, BAM is designed to make transaction sequencing transparent and verifiable, while enabling programmable innovation at the block space layer, unlocking new revenue opportunities for developers and reducing the harmful effects of maximal extractable value, MEV. The launch builds on Jito's already established infrastructure, including its widely adopted validator client, the Jito Block Engine. So this is great, folks. Great to see development happening. And if you're investing in a token on a respective blockchain, you want to make sure there's an active development community, builders, people innovating, using that blockchain. So it's important to monitor those things. Now look at this, signs of the bull market. Polymarket set to re-enter the US with $112 million acquisition of QCEX derivatives exchange. Polymarket comes back to the United States more than 2 years after US regulators dropped investigations into the predictions market platform. So most recently, I think it was the DOJ, they dropped their investigation into Polymarket. After the election results, Shane Copeland, he highlighted that I think it was the FBI, they came knocking at his door, and he went through a very tough time there. And obviously it was very politically driven because of Elizabeth Warren, her cronies. But that's over, and Polymarket obviously is the betting platform where you can bet on almost everything, a prediction market essentially. And it's blockchain powered, of course, but this is a big acquisition for them. So once again, we continue to see bull market activities where people are going public, mergers and acquisitions, just expansion across the United States as well as globally. And folks, exciting times. I hope you are as excited as I am, because we still got ways to go in this bull market, but it won't go up forever. You remember, it's going to go to a bear market. But if you are planning to take profits, it's a time to pay attention and capitalize. Now is not the time to walk away from this market. You have to pay attention. I know many of you have been waiting patiently. I just don't want you to miss on your profits if you are planning to take profits. So I will be letting you guys know at which key points I'm taking profits, and where I think the top zone of the market is, because no one can call the exact top. But if we're in the ninth inning of this ball game, I'll be calling it, hey, this is it. This is a home stretch, right? So stick with me, folks. Make sure you are subscribed. You got the notification bell enabled. A great way to keep up with everything also is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. It's on Substack. Link will be in the description. I provide weekly updates there. Also, check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital. And my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you everything about crypto. So if you want to expand your knowledge and learn more about what the hell this asset class and technology is, this is the course for you. Packed with videos, packed with value. What's unique about this course, it features expert commentary from founders, CEOs, institutional investors. No other course offers that, folks. So check it out, mycryptocourse.com. All of the links will be in the description. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.